In March 1939, German divisions are getting ready for the final assault on La Spezia, which hopefully can put an end to this war, dig the Italians out from their last bastion, and get them to capitulate, fanatics or not. And then we will see what the shape of Italy is going to be afterwards. For that, however, given that La Spezia is in the southern air zone, we do have to move planes south. So let's get the Kampfgeschwader and the Jagdgeschwader actually up on escort in the southern Italian air zone. So let's get that done. In Turkey, things don't look too great. Troops are on the move towards Kirkuk, and then will be under the deceptively named Operation Nordpol. Try to cut through Iranian defenses and destroy the bulk of the southern Iranian force, liberate Basra and Baghdad, and hopefully cut through there, while the Turkish are busy trying to contain problems in the north. Actually, it looks like Armenia is at war with Turkey as well. I didn't even pay attention to that. Okay, so Armenia in the north is at war with Turkey as well. So this is definitely something we need to clear out too. But Iran is a big threat, so we'll do our best to deal with that. I could send additional divisions over to China, to the central Chinese warlord states. But honestly, mostly what I have left at this point is this regular infantry, and we don't have enough. We don't have enough artillery to build more assault divisions, and that is going to require a relatively large amount of input. In China, we are making our way towards the gates of Shenyang. We just have to make sure that we are not getting cut off anywhere here. So I think I am already going to... There is a counterattack, so I am already going to... Let's get one division to defend in the south here. And we'll make sure that we're going about this cautiously, rather than overstretching our lines here. We'd have to make sure that these flimsy Chinese defensive lines in the north from the Qing government are not actually going to fall apart in our rear, because that sort of thing has happened before. We do have additional infantry divisions here that we could use to reinforce that line. And I'm almost tempted to do that. Now, I initially wanted to use them to clear out some Fengtian troops in the north, but... is there anything strategically important in the north? Not really. There's nothing actually strategically important in the north. We just have the opportunity, because we have the supply and they have no supply, to stabilize our lines here. But maybe what we'll do is we push east instead. Now that's a river line. We could move the divisions to the flank here to hold the northern approach while we're going for the capital. I am starting to think that that's not a bad idea. So let's abandon the original plan and get them to hold and secure the northern flank for now. So please get everybody to move over. Take the railways, please. I need you there quickly, because otherwise the assault can no longer proceed if we are. If we're getting cut. This is still too fragile for my taste, so we're definitely going to have to leave some troops here. Yeah, the Qing divisions are running very low on equipment and manpower. Maybe not manpower, but equipment. So that's definitely something we need to keep an eye on. There was an airport here, I believe. How's the Fengtian air zone looking? Yeah, we are facing an increased amount of. Of Japanese planes in the air. So far, the Bf-110s are holding up pretty well, having a 1-to-8 trade ratio. But they do disrupt our Henkels, and we haven't lost one in combat, but there's a fair amount of planes up in the air at this point. So taking the airbase south of Shenyang would allow us to get much better coverage of the Fengtian air zone, and that is something that we are going to need to do. All right. Other than that, everything is everything is looking good. So let's continue with the fight in China, and we'll be rapidly redeploying. Troops to the front lines to make sure that we are holding the north. A nationalization of the railways. There was an escalated integration. Probably something about railway construction speed. Maybe. We'll see. That'd be a good thing. We definitely need more factories. Our production lines are still not where they need to be. We're still not building the Flammpanzer. We are still not building the Dorniers. And there is a lot of stuff that we still need to do. Let's make sure that we're always... Actually, what would that convert? Yeah, don't convert the... This is a little annoying because I can easily convert... Why can I convert... Oh, it is a BF-110. Yeah, I can easily convert a BF-110 into a Heinkel 111, which isn't actually what I want. I just want to convert the older versions of these things. So I have to make sure that on the same airframe, I am not using conversions on both, because that would just be annoying. So, yep, that's a thing. So let us be careful with that. We are 39. Okay, we've got one more political power, and then we are at the position to... start another industrial project. Okay, we've got troops arriving to hold the lines. So while they they can dig in, and we are, we have moved the assault, and we can now launch. We can now launch the assault towards Fengtian. I'm going to get another division over and just extend their line to hold that as well. Okay. We're holding the lines in the south here with the assault divisions, so we can support across the river. But if we can make it over towards Shenyang, okay, Japanese troops have been rushed in, but they are probably not going to be able to. They're probably not going to be able to hold us back for very long. There's an air battle going on, a major air battle going on, and. But these troops have just been rushed in, so despite the fact that they're quite powerful and we are attacking across the river line here, we are probably going to push through. Meanwhile, in Germany, the left is fighting among themselves again. We've seen that in the past. It's always good when the communists and the syndicalists can't agree on what they want to do, and that always gives me additional, or slightly additional party popularity, and reduces theirs. We have enough political power to start another Mittelland Canal. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be in near Hanover. This is where I grew up. So I'm somewhat familiar with that. It costs me 5 civilian factories, but okay, that just gives me infrastructure actually. I think I'm actually done. What's the infrastructure looking like? Am I still building infrastructure? I am still building infrastructure, but not in Saxony. So I probably have done that already. Let's have a quick look on the infrastructure side. Yeah, we're all done here, so that's actually less helpful. Because we don't... I mean, I'll do it eventually for the building slots, but for now, let's focus on something that gets us... that gets us actual civilian factories. And building slots, yeah, I can do with that. So peat extraction in the northern moorlands. We'll go for it. And I don't know how many more I need to do. I think I need to do one more. But until we can get the War Preparation Act underway. But until then, okay, our troops have arrived in Kirkuk. Let's see if we can manage to push south and retake Baghdad. And then just push north along the river line towards Basra. Let's see what that's going to look like. First encounters with Iranian troops. They are relatively well equipped. Yeah, they are relatively powerful. Definitely good that we have aerial superiority. That goes in our favor. But yeah, these are not to be underestimated. We do have anything interesting? No, it's the Scylla fighter. We do have a little bit of command power that we can spend at some point. How's the situation looking here? Okay, we are actually moving here. We just have to be careful not to get cut off. So I might actually leave one division behind here, and we'll shrink the We'll shrink the front line. Why does this look so cursed? I'm not sure. We'll shrink the front lines, just making sure that maybe we can take their capital in a little bit of a cloak and dagger maneuver. Not capital, the supply hub in the north here with a bit of a cloak and dagger maneuver. They are sending troops around, so I am not sure if we're actually going to get through there. We do have to keep a close eye on it. But in China, okay, I think, yeah, we are making the break towards Shenyang, and we're about to take their capital, which will be a major strike. And then we'll move south towards the airport so we can get the planes closer in. Let's keep going through the naval techs here. I am going to need the fire control and damage control. These are really important. So I am going to get up to speed with these because we are way behind. Not going to spend the 50 naval experience on that, although it is tempting. But I'm not currently exercising the Navy, so we're just going to research it the traditional way. That's underway. We are going to get an additional research slot relatively soon. Okay, they are still rushing in. I'm probably going to pin them in the south here near the airport, so they can't reinforce. And they're still rushing in reinforcements. And Shenyang has fallen. Fall of Shenyang. Following a determined offensive, soldiers finally overcame the Fengtian, German soldiers, please, finally overcame the Fengtian defenders today and secured Manchuria's most important city. Our troops were quick to surround the walled old city and demand the surrender of Zhao Julin, and when he failed to present himself, launched an assault that destroyed much of the old Manchu palace. He was never found. With the city lost, it's rumored that the subordinates are beginning to doubt his ability to protect Manchuria, much less unite all of China. Zulin himself seems to recognize the gravity of the situation. The city must be retaken soon. Yeah, I doubt that you'll be retaking the city. So stop that, and we will send the additional troops in, and then launch. They are counterattacking, of course, and then launch towards the airport and try to take that. In Mongolia, yeah, German cavalry is running across the Mongolian steppe unopposed, pretty much. And maybe send somebody. I might have to do that myself. Okay, I'll send the 1st Cavalry Division to hold the Mongolian capital. And apparently I can't do that. Okay. Just move there then. And please stay there. And we're making progress into Mongolia. Not much left there. And meanwhile in Australia. Surprising news from the Australasian Confederation. Australasian Confederation is Australia, New Zealand, part of Papua New Guinea, and what is it, Fiji? Is that Fiji up here? Am I wrong? Yeah, that's Fiji, exactly. Fiji is part of it as well. So what happened? They should be part of the old sort of entente. Surprising news from the Australasian Confederation as Eric Campbell's Centre Party managed a come-from-behind victory in the recent elections. The Centre Party is the political front for the Australasian Guard, a paramilitary organization made up of ex-servicemen who fought in the Weltkrieg. These right-wing authoritarians have long criticized the Australasian government for not going far enough in its suppression of syndicalism. I can sympathize with that sentiment, and gained admiration for their assistance in quelling the Melbourne Commune uprising in 1924. The popularity only further increased as they maintained order during the recent Labour violence following the 1936 elections. It is unknown what effect this turn towards authoritarianism will have on the country, though the Entente is relieved at the Guard's fervent dedication to the British Empire. So the British imperial, or generally the old Entente imperial troops or imperial governments, have sort of the same problem I do. How do you maintain an empire against the threat from the left without going too far right? So they have the same problem. I think the United States are falling to syndicalism, honestly, by the looks of it. So strategically, in the long term, we will have some trouble in North America. But we'll see if we can. We're definitely throwing a spanner in the works here in Japan. So let's have a look at the second Sino-Japanese war and see how that currently goes. The Fengtian government is far away from being defeated, but Mongolia isn't looking too shiny, so they are probably going to be the first ones. And I do have to be very, very careful here. Okay, we are pretty much stuck at this point, I believe. So let's hold our position here for now. And I think I am going... Yeah, we're not getting through there. Not exhausted as we are, and they have the supply. So let's... I mean, these are even assault divisions. I'm not sure how much we can do from the north here in Siam, just without any supply. Where's the next supply? Oh my gosh, yeah, the next supply hub is over in Kunming, which means these troops are completely away from supply. Maybe we can get it a little bit better, but I think along this line we are not doing anything. So honestly, why does this look so cursed? I do not know. But let's move east and see if we can do more good there, because we're completely out of supply and we're not pushing towards that supply hub. So let's move east. Let the Chinese hold that position. Slight gains are gains as well, and we should be ready for the final assault in Italy now. Struggling against the Iranians in the east, definitely here. I might need better troops there. And yeah, we are ready for an assault on La Spezia. Heinkels are circling over it. So let's get everybody in on the fun. We've got a lot of divisions here ready to assault La Spezia from all directions. And that should be the final battle for the Italian syndicalist state, which has been holding out for a long, long time. What do we got? We've got Opel. What are we using Opel for? For trucks. Okay. And we can use it for mechanized equipment as well. So that's probably definitely something we want to do eventually. Improved reliability I'm in favor of. And only for mechanized armor, so that doesn't give us anything on trucks right now. 3% breakthrough. I think that's a good start. This is only for mechanized divisions, which we will have, but we don't have quite yet. This gives everybody something. And this is only... Okay, so the left side is truck, the middle is general, the right side is only mechanized. I am not going to be using... I am really not going to be using trucks that much going forward once we actually have mechanized equipment. How far away are we from that? That is a 1940 tech, so yeah, we're going to do that reasonably soon. So actually, it's probably better to just start with the mechanized one. Yeah, let's get ourselves 5% armor for mechanized, and then we have that ongoing. Trying to push south from Kirkuk. It looks like the Turkish have actually abandoned Kirkuk, which is less than ideal. And we do have to be careful not to get cut off anywhere here, though. So I do have to leave one division behind to defend Kirkuk. And I think we are just at this point all going to defend Kirkuk from the Iranian attack. And then we will launch a counterattack once more, once that is all over. Okay, it is all over, so... Except we'll leave one exhausted division behind. The rest, please try to catch the Iranians before they have time to dig in. But this is... And we're going to shorten the front line here, because we are not planning to fight there. There we go. That is... this is not easy going. We might have to convert some of these divisions into something that has a bit more firepower. Can I do that? The one that isn't currently engaged. Do I have enough artillery? I didn't want to necessarily get... they only have the support artillery. I could convert that into a Sturmdivision. I have the artillery. Yeah, we'll make one for now. And we'll see how that works. They do need to get their artillery deliveries shipped to them first, so that's going to take a while. We'll let them dig in for now. and making small gains in China. We have secured Shenyang. So now, okay, I have to change the front lines because we are definitely going to focus on the southern push now. So I do need my assault artillery, my assault divisions to concentrate on the southern lines. No, please, everybody stay here. And assault into the south. And you as well once you get there. And see if we can take the airport off them. We can support that from across the river to widen the front lines a bit. And this, yeah, one division moving here. Okay. Oh, roundhouse counterattack immediately along our lines here. Are we in multiple combat now? Not actually, because the Chinese troops are holding the lines here in Shenyang by the looks of it. So let's see if we can make that happen. And Argentina declared war on Bolivia. Okay, Argentina are friends, so I definitely do need to keep an eye on what's going on here. Let's see, Argentina, the Buenos Aires Lima axis, very, very aptly named, is now at war with Bolivia. And Bolivia, okay, so this is just a land grab, honestly. This is just Argentina trying to take over Bolivia. Okay, I'll leave you to it, mate. But it looks like La Spezia is about to fall, actually, and that would be the end. That would be the end of the Italian war. With the Heinkels bombing from the air, we are getting there. And in China, things are... Okay, one division's holding the line here from ours. Two divisions from ours actually holding the lines. That means we can probably just assist across the river here as well. I do want that airport, but they are quite viciously defending it. They're probably aware of the significance of that it holds. But with that, the line should hold Mongolia. Okay, we have one division here that can hold the capital, and everybody else is just moving towards the new capital. I should have another division somewhere. The first cavalry is there. The guards... Oh, okay, there they are. Yeah. They can move through here, actually. Approach from the south, please. And just take their territory. That's happening. We are actually having supply here now. So divisions, the assault divisions here in Siam need to regain their organization, and then we might try another assault. But cracking Siam that way is going to be harder than it, probably harder than it looks. So no airports anywhere in the region, even for the long-range bombers. Okay, Shenyang is holding, and the assault is going on. We are taking the airport south of Shenyang, securing the lines. And from here on out, we also have an open line towards Yingkou. We'll see if maybe we can cut them off and destroy some of their divisions there. But for now, we'll just stabilize the line. And the Treaty of Turin has been signed after La Spezia has fallen. The Socialist Republic of Italy has fallen. The Italian government has gone into exile, and their main forces have capitulated to the Italian Federation, who is now in control of their home area. Although the struggles between Italian Federation and Socialist Republic are over, the Italian Federation is still at all-out war, and the fighting continues elsewhere. Does it? Who are they at war with? They are not, actually. Italy is not united. So I am foreseeing a potential... So we've got the two Sicilies in the south, and we've got the Italian Federation in the north. Both of them are authoritarian governments, and we've got the Pope. So honestly, from there on out, they can sort that themselves, and that means I'm getting my volunteer divisions back, which I am more than excited about. We are training a couple of Gebirgsjäger divisions, which is good. because we definitely need to start thinking about the Swedish defensive line in the north. And that leaves, well, it leaves pretty much just Asia as the major focus for us at the moment. Okay, we have taken the airport, which means that we can send these 2 air wings over, and that should give us a significantly improved efficiency over here. And that should also reduce the amount of planes that the enemy can field effectively. So now we should get a better mission efficiency because these 2 have range over the Fengtian air zone. And we can, now that we have, we still need to keep the northern border secure, but what is going to be the next strategic objective? The government has removed Tukhabin in the north. I think this is all mountainous terrain, however. I think from here on we can probably, have they just abandoned the port? I think they have just abandoned the port. I think we can probably just try to, just spread out from here, honestly. Try to take the port, take the southern peninsula, and potentially even kick Japan out of Port Arthur, honestly. If they are not defending these lines anymore, then okay, Yingkou is actually defended, but I think they are so weak here now that we can march across, and I think we are taking the port, and then we are just going to destroy that encircled Japanese division here, and we'll clear the lines all the way to the river towards Korea and shorten the front lines here. I think that would be a decent. I think we can beat them here. We have taken the port. We can keep pushing them, honestly, and see if we can. We should have supply at the port. We do. Yeah, we obviously get supply overseas to the port. We do have to connect the river lines north and Xinjiang, but Andong would probably be the next target, honestly. So let's see if we can move all the way there. Through the mountainous terrain here, and once we have made it across, we will have cut off the Japanese divisions north of Yingkou, and we now have Gebirgsdivision left. Okay, so I think we can start an army in the European theater. No. I want these 2 in a new army. There we go. That is going to be, well, we'll clear. There'll be the 3rd army for now, but let's check if we have somebody. We have a commando winter specialist. I'd love to have somebody who's a mountaineer, engineer, fortress buster. We can probably assign some field marshals in China now as well. Do I have somebody who is actually a mountaineer? Oh, we'll leave them without. We'll leave them without for now, but without general for now. But the 3rd army is definitely going to be positioned in Scandinavia, and I think I'm not sure what the supply situation is in Scandinavia. Yes, it is absolutely dreadful because there is no supply anywhere. But I think we'll just station them in the north for now. Let's give them a fallback line here, and eventually the other mountain divisions will join there. We have 40 political power, so we can get another. We can get ourselves another civilian factory, and that should hopefully be enough for. That should hopefully be enough for the what was it called? War Preparedness Act. I did upgrade the planes. Yes, I did upgrade the planes. So we can actually use some of the air experience to improve our 133. We can do a couple of things here. I can get the. I can use some. I'm not sure if these are exclusive. I'm gonna have to check, but. I think probably the mountaineers are going to be the focus of things. Ground support, infrastructure destruction. Yeah, we'll go with that. So we'll make our way through the doctrines. I'm still going to need a theorist, but I am probably going to just get Wetzel because Army XP is the hardest to come by. So that's something we'll do. Okay, how do things look in Turkey? We have managed to push the Iranians slightly, but the problem is we are completely out of supply at this point because they are holding Baghdad. So we are going to attempt. We're going to attempt on Baghdad. I know. I need to leave one division here to ensure that we're not getting cut off. But we will make an attempt on Baghdad. See if we can push the exhausted Iranians out and secure some supply lines here, or at least some local supply. Instant counterattack, obviously. But do have to keep an eye on all front lines here. Okay, stop that for now. We have encircled a Japanese division that we can destroy, and we're definitely cutting them off in the south here. And we can actually take Port Arthur off the Japanese. That is amazing. So let's do that. Let's get that division destroyed here. The encircled Japanese division. Do they get... And again, there's the bug, right? These should be getting the 30% encirclement debuff. They're not. So that's not good. So we'll have one division in the south here, kind of making its way around things, while the rest of the troops are dealing... And Natal has capitulated. Oh, that's in South Africa, isn't it? I haven't looked at that in a while. Let's take a quick peek what the... okay. That has fractured quite significantly. The Italian government has gone into exile. The Republic of South Africa reigns supreme. So why is that? Okay, so there's some patches left that are still fighting, but it looks like they have won the war, which is good. Good on them. Our troops here are ready for another push south. So let's extend our lines a little bit and see if we can get these guys pushed out from the hills. And we do need to keep an eye on China, however, as to make sure that... okay, the Japanese division has been defeated, so let us... And the Kaiserreich Society is done. Good. Let us focus on... Let us think about what we are going to... Where we're going to assault next. I think shortening the front lines here and taking Andong would be a good next assault. So let's shrink the front line here. Get the assault divisions concentrated and see if we can make a break towards... Yeah, we can take Port Arthur of the Japanese, and then strategically we will probably want to push north towards Harbin, and mostly just ignore the hinterlands there. In Mongolia, yeah, we are close to taking the capital, and Chinese cavalry from the Marklik is overrunning Mongolia as well. So Mongolia is definitely going down. And Siam, yeah, in Siam, I'm not sure if we can break through here eventually, but we'll do what we can. Turkey is my biggest concern at this point, and yeah, it looks like we are being actually pushed back here. We've not managed to take Baghdad. We are completely out of supply in the area here, though. So this we have to retake because we've lost Mosul. That's why. Yeah, we have to retake. Okay, retake Mosul is the first order of business here. So let's get our troops falling back. We might not be able to hold Kirkuk. We need to fall back and retake Mosul. Because without the supply from Mosul, there's no way that we're actually launching any operations here. Yeah, Iran has pushed heavily out of Basra. So the Ottomans are not looking great here, if I'm going to be honest. especially with Armenia and the Kurds and everybody else causing havoc. So retake Mosul, stabilize the lines, and we might have to just abandon the south here and focus on the north, and try to sort of shorten the front lines along the Mosul-Tabriz line and see if we can make that happen. There is potentially a supply connection if we can through Azerbaijan, if we can make that happen. Azerbaijan is not involved in the war against Armenia, interestingly enough. Okay, yeah, so that stuff is actually reasonably critical. No one else is fighting on the side of the Ottomans, is there? No, they are not in a faction, so it's just the Ottoman Empire versus everybody. They might have overestimated their capabilities slightly. But we now have another research slot, so let's have a look what we can do. Conversion speed would be nice. I think I have, this is 0.7 years away. There are a couple of things that I need to get going here sooner rather than later. We are a little behind on artillery techs, but not too badly. We can start with the 1940 medium tanks eventually. And yeah, equipment everywhere is relatively behind. But I did say that I wanted to get through the naval techs that I've been neglecting here so massively. So we are getting close to the 1940 holes. So right now we have 1, 2 on naval. I think I'm going to put a third one on naval techs just until we've caught up with everything. So improved heavy batteries is going to go. Wilhelmshaven-Werft. And we can now, that we have done this, finally, we can now, I think it's time to go through some of the, there's some free dockyards here. That'd be good to get to get things done. Do we have anything that we really need here over here? This is just research bonus, air experience. That would be 5 air attack. Be nice. So many things, so many good things to take. 10 military factory construction speed. That would be 5% in 5% industry research as well. That would be good too. This is ahead of time for what? Assembly line. Production tech. That might be interesting. So if we were to we could does this count as production tech? It should. Or is it just no, it's this tree. So we could take we could rush the 1941 assembly line, I guess, using that focus. Is it worth it? Probably not, because I think we're gonna get that from the industrial decisions anyway. Okay, I think it's the time to go towards unrestrained warfare and get rid of that debuff. So, revolt of the totalitarians. Die Fronde unites disparate factions which seek a totalitarian transformation of the Heer, from improving the psychology of the common soldier through national propaganda and devotion to a total mobilization of all national resources for war. Technology serves the will of the German people and should be used for unrestrained destruction of the enemy. Yep, that sounds about like what we'll be doing here. It's all in preparation for the Weltkrieg, honestly. And that is something that we need to do. We also need to get through these naval refits here sooner rather than later. So in April, May, the 2 Rhine classes are finishing, and the rest of the heavies is still going on until 1940. But We can get through the refits reasonably quickly, and then we can restart production. So that's all ongoing. Turkey, my biggest concern right now, except I think China is in a reasonably good state at this point, and I think we'll consolidate the lines here a little bit for now, get everybody positioned, and we might actually have enough troops to push. Yeah, let's get the troops into position, and they can make a push towards Andong and shortening the front lines. And yes, please get all 5 divisions onto that mission. And yes, you should be going through here and pushing that Japanese division out all the way up to Port Arthur. Okay, so with China reasonably well under control, we'll probably be focusing on Turkey for now mostly, and get the divisions out of Kirkuk, retake Mosul. That is our primary objective at this point. Just to reconnect the supply lines here. I'm not sure if we can do much in the north, but Armenia is pushing the Turks out as well. It's all not easy here. We'll see if the Ottomans can actually survive this. Okay, we have all our volunteers back, so now we have a couple of armies that we can actually reintegrate. I'm going to send these to Sweden. Reassign that. I've got a couple of assault divisions here. They can just move up here, and I've got a couple of tank divisions. The 2 Panzer Division go to there, and the Mountaineers go to Sweden. Okay, so that's all being redistributed. I don't think I can send more volunteers to Turkey. Yeah, we've already got 5. How's the air situation? Where are we fighting right now? Actually, where's my air wing? Oh, my air wing has been pushed back. So in that case, we'll make ourselves useful over Syria and shoot down any kind of enemy fighters that they have here, because we don't actually have any more airports in the Mesopotamian air zone. So falling back from Kirkuk is what we do. And in China, troops are arriving at the front lines to get ready for a push towards Andong. Yeah, we're definitely making a breakthrough here. We can potentially even... Do we want to push north here and just extend the lines a bit? I think we'll just hold the north here for now, and we might launch another... No, I'm not going to launch another operation here for now, but we'll push north eventually. We might get these divisions some orders. We'll push north eventually towards the first group of cities and towards Harbin, but we'll secure the front line in the east first. So divisions here are getting to the lines. So I have three divisions. I can launch an attack against the Fengtian troops here in the mountains. Actually, potentially north of the mountains would be nicer if we can cut towards... What's the supply situation? We need to connect the railway line Shenyang-Andong. So I'm just wondering if we can encircle a couple of divisions here. But well, let's push through here towards Andong and secure the lines from the north. And meanwhile, we are going to run south and secure Port Arthur as well, which means that this division can already take Andong from the other direction, and we give these guys the order here. Okay, that all looks good. Ottomans, where are my Ottomans? Ottomans here, and we're still trying to get an orderly retreat out of Kirkuk happening. Your order is going to be to retake Mosul. So let's get all divisions on that order. Yeah, and please make your retreat. We're no longer going to be running Operation North Pole because it is very much outside our capabilities at this point. Retaking Mosul is the primary objective, so let's get everybody ready in the desert for an assault on Mosul, and let's get you some supply back, and then we'll try. Then we'll try something else. Okay, again. Attacked from Kirkuk, so fall back here. China, we are just going to stop the assault here, let these Japanese troops escape. We have cut them off from Port Arthur, which means our divisions are going to be able to take the port of the Japanese, securing the Chinese sea. Still no Japanese naval invasions into China, which is very, very surprising to me. And our cavalry divisions are moving into the last remaining Mongolian city, and I think that'll spell the end of Mongolia very quickly. So let's get that done. And yeah, here I think we can push towards Andong now. Troops are being pushed back, and Port Arthur is undefended by the looks of it. That'll remove another one of their airports, so these Japanese planes are no longer going to be able to launch. And Turkish divisions have been cut off in the south by the increasingly rapid Iranian advance. Let's already begin the counterattack against Mosul to secure the supply lines here, and we might. I doubt that we have another shot at Baghdad, honestly. But maybe we can hold Kirkuk if the two divisions, 115th and 103rd, can take Mosul off Iran with the help of the Turkish division here, or the Ottoman division, and then we can hopefully stabilize the area a little bit and get our supply back. We might have another shot at Baghdad in the north. Mongolia was the next. The Gwangju government has taken 2 states. Mongolia has capitulated, and that should free up. I'm not sure if my volunteers are still here, but yes, they are. So the Ma volunteers can make themselves useful elsewhere now, and probably start pushing into... Do we have supply anywhere? That would be the next question. No one's pushing anywhere without supply. No supply in the north. So we'll position them where we do have supply, and see if they can break out into the open here anywhere. So let's get these 4 divisions moved. They have made a name for themselves, and Unternehmen Wiesengrund Operation Meadow will get them moved. And here we have taken Port Arthur, and we are about to take Andong as well. So the whole southern flank here has rapidly collapsed, and from here on out we could even push into Japanese occupied Korea, but I think getting Fengtian out of the way would be sort of the first. We're here to get China their country back. Front line here looks terrible because we have no supply. We could make another push towards Chiang Mai, but I have my doubts that we can make this. Can we assault? It is going to be a river crossing from this side over. So I am not sure, but we can try and see if we can push towards Chiang Mai and make something happen there. The lines in India are relatively static. It looks actually like the commune is losing in the south, but kind of holding steady in the north. Well, let's get back to Turkey and see if we can retake Mosul. That is a strategic imperative. And then once we have supply back in Kirkuk, we might be able to push south towards Baghdad and see if we can cause some mayhem here. But yeah, the Turkish divisions here are already getting destroyed, unfortunately, in the south, that have been cut off. Not looking good for the Ottomans, honestly, and they haven't made any progress in the Sinai either. They're just concentrating divisions here, but not doing an awful lot. Adam Stegerwald has been taken into protective custody. According to local media reports, Centrum leader and former state secretary for Labour Adam Stegerwald has been taken into protective custody this morning by secret police. I told you you have to keep an eye on your neighbors. Police forces at his home in Cologne. Formerly a key supporter of the Red General, Schleicher and Stegerwald parted ways after the controversial Reichsexekution in Bavaria, which threatened to tear Stegerwald's party apart and forced him to reconsider his stance on the Chancellor's course. Insiders describe the endeavor as the climax of a state-planned strategic strike against former leaders of the German trade union movement, with Stegerwald already being the second high-ranking trade unionist to be arrested by Schleicher's regime this week, after the Social Democrat Wilhelm Leuschner. Stegerwald, in his position as a former leading figure of the Christian trade unions, had long resisted subordination to Schleicher's National Unity Front and Gewerkschaftsbund, unwilling to relinquish his own wide-ranging influence in the Christian labor movement to the upstart dictator's henchmen. Now, come on, now who are you calling a dictator? We are unifying the country in the face of worldwide opposition. The sudden wave of arrests seems to have broken any remaining resistance to Schleicher within the unions. Both Stegerwald's and Leuschner's current whereabouts are unknown. The chairmanship of Centrum has been temporarily taken over by an interim committee, but the future remains uncertain. As his rule becomes more entrenched, the aspiring general slowly begins to show his true colors. More and more politicians of the old crooked system disappear overnight, and a new order rises on the horizon, pulling inexorably towards the future like a steamroller which only leaves behind a trail of devastation. Those who supported Schleicher just a few years ago for opportunistic reasons might ultimately reconsider their stance, but now it is too late for remorse. He was a traitor anyway. See, this is the problem. As a nice little aside, and this is where I was hoping the arc would go. Von Schleicher started out with good intentions, and he's been faced with a disunited German Empire that was tearing itself apart between its various forces, and he has foreseen basically the fracture and fall of the empire. And an internally weakened empire, given the threat at the time from syndicalism that's still active, and the new rise of imperialism from Russia and from Japan, effectively means that von Schleicher's way was to say, you're either with me or you're against me. And that is a very dangerous path to take, because that sort of path always leads to absolutes. It leads to reduction of liberties, and it leads to eventually certain ways of thought coming out that end up, not being what you initially intended. So yeah, von Schleicher has moved from the Red General, who was a Querverbindung, a man of the Querverbindung, somebody who wanted to unify the country, but at the same time also be connected with everybody. This whole thing has now moved towards you're either with us or you're against us. And the whole indoctrination of the soldiers, the whole total war thing that we're currently running here with the revolt of the totalitarians, is yet another puzzle piece in the making of a new German empire that is very much not quite what von Schleicher intended, but then there goes the inertia, and it definitely brings us into a different scenario. But the German Empire shall prevail under the Kaiser. Things in Italy have wrapped up. We've kicked the syndicalists out. It looks like the Pope has gained some territory. In the Ottoman Empire, things don't look so peachy. Iran has definitely been causing us a lot of trouble. And why are we actually having Ottoman troops? Are they involved in the war? Oh, this whole front is actually involved. I haven't paid attention. Oh yeah, they are part of, or at least allied with, the empire. So okay, that means they were not actually encircled. They're just being pushed back. So that's not that bad. But there might be an opportunity in the south then to maybe cut off some Iranian divisions towards Basra. So maybe after we retake Mosul, secure the lines here. How is the supply situation here? We could, from the capital, we could try a desert push towards Basra. Can we send volunteers? Yes, we can. I think we will have ourselves. Oh, I really wasn't paying attention. I thought that these guys were neutral. So oversight on my side. We will send some of the experienced troops, into the desert, and they will bring a bit of a surprise for the Iranians. So let's see, where else do we have? Who else can we send volunteers? So the Ottomans. We've got Muscat, and we've got the Jabal Shamar, so we can send to all these. Okay, and yes, I think that's something we'll do. That'll be the last thing this episode. Let's see what we have. I've got another infantry division that we can send here. So this could be the. We're going to call it the Jabal Shamar Expeditionary Force under Kesselring. And we can see if we can send them over. And that means we'll also get some more planes over. Yeah, that is ideal. We can only send 4. Okay, so give me 1 back. We'll send them there. And then these 4, we will send them to Jabal Shamar, including airplanes. So 4 veteran assault divisions arriving in the desert. And how many can we send to Muscat? We cannot send volunteer. Okay, Muscat's not involved. Okay, so but that is one more. And Yemen is about to fall. So the Turkish actually make some progress in Yemen. That is good. So I think, do we have an airbase? I'm not sure, but we might be able to. We'll definitely be able to send to trade the fighters out. Where we're currently running the fighter wing here. Oh, we have space for another wing, so we can definitely get the first Kampfgeschwader. You are no longer needed. You can fourth Jagdgeschwader can actually exercise and get the new pilots up to speed. We can send the first Kampfgeschwader over to Turkey. Definitely doing that. We'll start out. We don't have an airbase anywhere close by. So we'll start out in Damascus, and we'll see how much range they get, and then we can use them to run the assault. Can we create a new air wing? Not yet. We are doing the BF-109s out of. Okay, please definitely. I thought I did that. Okay, we did the BF-109s. We definitely need to use the old equipment. The problem is if I'm converting equipment on the medium airframe, I'm going to get the BF-110s in here as well, which is not what I want. Because I would like them. Do I have to give them different equipment tags to prevent that from happening? Let's try that out. So the problem is the BF-110C and the Heinkel 111s are conversible, but I don't want to convert them. I want to convert the old BF-110s into BF-110Cs and the old Heinkels into Heinkel 111Cs. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but let's give them a different equipment tag and see if that makes any difference. So now if I go over, let's just close that and open that again. Now if I go over to the conversion, does that make a difference? No, it does not. Okay, in that case, we're just going to convert everything to the Heinkels, and we are going to convert everything to the old BF-109s to the BF-109 Model D. And that way, we'll be making them available. Plus, we have free civilian factories. So, how many do we have? 180. We probably want a couple more. So get me from 4 more civilian factories in Westphalia. I think we had enough. Dockyards. So the rest is definitely we're going to concentrate a bit on military factories, and there is a lot of space to build up our war industry, as you can see. So we'll be building that up. How are we on fuel capacity? 700,000. I probably want to throw in a couple more fuel silos somewhere in the hinterland where I don't really care that much. So let's build 2-3 more fuel silos, and I'll just schedule them up here because I do want to store up some to shore up some fuel reserves in case we are losing our fuel imports because of what has happened between Bulgaria and Romania. I was hoping that they would take over the Romanian oil fields, which I think hasn't happened. No, it hasn't happened. Romania has retained their oil fields. So the Ottomans, however, if we can preserve them, should have some access to oil. But ideally, the Azerbaijani oil is going to be under our control. But yeah, new troops arriving in the Middle East. The war in Asia going well, and we're making progress through Fengtian, and the Japanese so far have not shown themselves to be particularly capable in defending this. So I think we'll push along the river line. We'll not cross over into Korea for now, but we'll see if we can finish off Fengtian and get to. We're definitely. Yeah, Guangzhou has taken over Mongolia, and with that, Kumul Khanate, is that at war with anybody? No. With that, we are looking towards a much larger, potentially much larger China, that if we can get them somewhat united, should be a base of stability in Central Asia. And all of that coming in the next episode. That's it for me today. Thanks, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.